Hey everyone, this is another cast. I'm sorry about. Oh wow, actually sorry. The buy menu. I don't know if you noticed that, but when you buy an item, it actually like has a little cool graphic for it. But sorry, I've been kind of on a hiatus recently because I kind of got stuck in Reno for Valentine's Day. A lot of snow, but I'm back and I'm going to be casting this game with Studio. He is also known as So Good Waffles on YouTube, and he's been doing the dailies like for Day 9 used to do for Star or still does for StarCraft. And if you want to like introduce yourself real quick or anything.
Hey folks, Studio here. This should be a very interesting match. We already have an early invade going on from Apple or VS on Apples.
Yeah, this is actually a Go4LoL game. So it's not like a scrim or anything like that, and I think it's the second or third round of the tournament for February 19th. And we're seeing that VS, who is the purple team, and Apples, who's the blue team, is actually invading into Apple's blue. They really want to make sure to control Skarner since he is really slow without his blue. He really has to kind of take an alternate route with that. And sorry, and
It looks like it looks like Apple's actually going to try and take VS's blue as a counteraction. So counter jungling to counter jungling.
Yeah, really smart play by them. They definitely need Skarner to get that blue buff to get level 6 as quick as possible, since the change they did to him not too long ago where they increased the amount of mana cost on his Crystal Slash really hurts him in jungle. And it's really nice is for VS here is that they can actually take Apple's blue buff and then be perfect spot for laning. Nidalee can get right back up to top, and oh wow, we're actually seeing Swain go top. And some action going on at blue.
Fight in the bot. There's a fight. Yeah. Alistair checked a bush and barely gets out alive.
Yeah, that's kind of the
perfect stun.
That's kind of the change that happens with lack of CV. The way they changed it, where it's on I believe like a 60-second cooldown after everything instead of like a 40-second cooldown. Most supports usually don't run it anymore, so it kind of really hurts them in that situation where they can be sitting in a bush and not expect it. And we were talking earlier real quick, that we thought Kennen was going to be going top against Nidalee, but it looks like Swain. What's your thoughts on that?
Swain, if he can get to 6 and survive against the Shaco, will be solid, but as you can see right now, they're not letting him get there. Already at half health, Nidalee's just going to keep the pressure up and try and keep him dead and keep him down.
Yeah, it looks like Swain actually waited for his 4th pod, or at least backed for his 4th pod, so he's going to try to stay in lane as long as possible, even with Shaco. I've seen a little bit of action on bottom. We're seeing that VS is actually being a little passive, knowing that Graves is actually level 2 already, and they're in too strong of a position. Alistair is pretty far behind in terms of levels. He's actually like almost about halfway, but Tristana is over halfway, so they can't really engage too hard onto Graves and Sona. But I expect like 2 or 3, they should start seeing some really heavy action down there.
The thing is, Alistair lost his flash trying to escape that fight earlier. Luckily, they blew Ignite and Flash on Graves too, so they're not in a bad position, but they can't do this level 1 pressure you'd see a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Shaco come down, who actually just picked up his red buff, to actually make something happen, knowing that Graves' Flash is down. And as well as his Ignite, it's a pretty easy gank with double exhaust. Even though Alistair doesn't have his Flash, they still have, 2 exhausts and an Ignite with no cleanse on Graves.
NK Inc. actually, the Shaco player, messaged me before this game saying, I'm going to make this game as an example as to why Shaco is always banned.
Well, I'm really looking forward to that, where you're seeing it's actually set up for gank here on top.
Shaco top?
Getting a little bit of damage, getting his, guaranteed crit off of his deceive. But, of course, just doing a little bit of harass, and he's really starting to taper off right now.
Sion's being pressured mid too, but kills bottom. There's action all over the map.
Sorry about that, yeah. We see that Alistair and Tristana engage on Sona and actually dropped her down. Looks like they might be able to get this kill on Graves as well. Yeah, Tristana is going to go down to turret.
Go down.
Oh, a really good turnaround butt shot, though, by Graves to at least, make something happen out of that.
Wasn't nothing for something. He at least got a kill out of that. And then mid, actually, as that went down, Skarner was ganking Sion. Nothing came out of that, really, but they still burned some mana, put some pressure on him.
Yeah,
NK is just waiting for that kill.
Yeah, it's kind of weird is that Shaco, he's really heavily dependent on his early game, and it seems that he hasn't had too strong of an early game right now. I mean, he got his blue counter jungled, he's been trying to gank top and babysitting that a little bit. But overall, I mean, he doesn't have the early damage, or I'm sorry, the early kills he needs to kind of just snowball throughout the entire game. And Skarner's actually coming up here on top on Nidalee. But I don't think we'll really see anything too much happen.
It's going to be a hard catch. They can at least blow her flash, I think.
And, yep, there's her flash, exactly. Swain trying to land that never move on her, obviously, but Lily flashed away, which now does set her a little behind. She doesn't have any wards top. Hopefully Shaco will actually kind of, be nice and give her one eventually, or pretty soon, so she can just sit there and farm all day. Because you were saying
So
that. Or go ahead.
what actually surprised me about NK really quickly is that he didn't start boots. You see boots very, very often on Shaco because you can get those early ganks in, and the fact that he doesn't have boots has actually been hurting him quite a bit. Like you saw him gank Swain twice, he wasn't able to actually keep up an auto attack with him either time.
Yeah, I definitely I didn't notice that before, but it's a really good point. That well, at least before the nerf, he used to be able to take boots in 3 pots and get double buffs, and then just gank really easily. But that is quite interesting when he went cloth armor first.
It could be because he went for the invade instead of the just safe red buff.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point too. That's definitely something to take into account, and hopefully he gets something going. He does have his boots now, but he is obviously down his buffs from his own jungle, so hopefully he'll come bottom at least though, since VS actually does have the advantage down there with having or 2 kills already.
Pings from both teams going out in bottom lane. I will give major props to Fragnatic for the mobility boots only build on Alistar.
Yeah,
They want kill.
that's the really annoying thing I hate about Alistair. If he gets mobility boots instead of going for GP5, going for GP5, he can just come barreling out of those bushes at you and catch you off guard. And we see that actually Shaco, okay, is actually trying to set up for a gank here. And we see Alistair going in with a flash. Gonna be knocking Sona out, and Tristana jumping on with her Ignite as well. Gonna be trying to get this kill onto her, blowing her flash, but it looks like they will pick up the kill. And
Squeak it out.
Yeah, squeak it out with Alistair and Shaco both getting low. But getting that getting that kill easily, blowing her flash as well. So she's easily susceptible for another gank, and we see Skarner's actually coming around into mid lane to try to give Kennen some help here on this Scion.
Scion ahead by 20 CS, by the way.
Yeah, the CS is kind of starting to get a little one-sided here. We see Kennen with 38, Scion with 54, and we see Swain. Actually, Swain's not doing too bad top considering he was ganked so often. And we see actually Scion and Chica actually going to go in here to try to stop Skarner from getting his blue. Nilly coming in from top as well, and they're doing a really good job counter jungling, at least denying Skarner this crucial XP and crucial buff.
Even if they don't kill him, it's not a huge deal if he doesn't get that blue. Oh, and he goes for the steal, does not get it, and it's going to cost him his life.
Yeah, really good job by VS there to make sure to control that bush sound, really trying to keep Skarner out of there, and gets a nice stun onto him, and as well the Ignite for the kill. So really good job by VS, really good job controlling, because that's what you usually see and a lot of casts have been doing lately. It really depends, or it really comes down to what team can counter jungle and control buffs more. And just in here, VS is making sure to at least control that blue buff, and Shaco's going to be, I'm assuming, feeding this blue buff to Scion here, since he already does have one.
As the game has developed, things like map objectives have gotten bigger and bigger, such as Dragon, but then people realize you can fight over just about everything in this game, and any advantage you get can snowball.
Oh,
so it went from Baron to Dragon.
Alistair. Interesting. So
probably for the heal spam.
Possible. Yeah, that too. Alistair with a blue buff and mobility boots is never a good thing in bottom lane for you. And of course,
Sona's got some levels now, so they cannot, try and easily burn them down. But now that with Alistar having that heal spam, they essentially have their own Sona.
Well, it's also going to push the lane pretty hard too, as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe they're trying for towers or tower too to kind of start roaming a little bit, at least for Alistar, since he does have mobility boots.
Alistar Tristana, that is the lane that will push like crazy.
Oh yeah. Let's see, we're seeing Nilly. She actually did pick up. She's going to be going for an AD build, I believe. She does have a pickaxe. I'm actually kind of curious what that's for.
I mean, there aren't a whole lot of items that build a pickaxe. There's Rage Blade, Tiamat, and Infinity Edge, I believe.
Yeah,
could be an old school.
I don't know what you've been seeing in ranked lately, but usually the Nillys I see go kind of like a Wriggles into a Warmong's Atmos kind of build, or maybe like a Triforce as well. And Shaco's still just keeping up in levels. He is ahead of Skarner quite far. He's level 6, Skarner's level 5, and Skarner's kind of just sitting bottom, trying to see if Alistair and Tristana are going to be a little aggressive, but he is forced to go back to jungle because he really needs that level 6 to have such a really strong gank. A Skarner Kennen can easily take down the Scion in middle once Skarner hits 6. Having Kennen's ult to just stun spam on the Scion, as well as pop his shield almost instantly. And Sion actually does, he's going for the mobility boots as well. He would be coming around here to bottom, maybe try to get a gank, or we're going to see some action here between him and Skarner. But they both go their own separate ways, and looks like they're actually going to set up for Dragon here. VS does actually have a pink ward on the Dragon, so that should be a free Dragon technically at the moment. They do have 4 members there to kind of hold it, and Skarner actually did hit level 6, so maybe it won't be too free of a Dragon after all, and they might actually be able to get a really nice engage here if Sona comes up as well, who is level 6. But Kennen did it actually back, sorry. And Tristana actually engaging here. Alistair trying to flash in and knock them all up as well. Looks like Skarner's actually going to go down here. Sona ulting all 4 of them. Really good job by her to kind of hold them off. But unfortunately, Skarner does go down to Tristana. And Tristana just jumping onto Sona, going for blood. Does not pick up the killer. Kennen coming in for the nice save. Does pick up a double kill here. Sorry, well, he got pretty much ideally a double kill here, helping that Graves get a kill on Shaco as well. Really good job by Kennen there to come in out of nowhere, pretty much. They get those kills and that save on Sona, but VS did pick up Dragon, so they are heading gold by almost 2k at the moment.
So something interesting, when you disconnect from observer mode, it actually still gives you about 30 seconds of footage.
Oh, you actually disconnected from it?
Yep, lost internet for a sec.
That is quite interesting then. That means it's all me here, unless you're able to get back in.
I'm trying to reconnect. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, well, I don't know where you actually lost the audio in that, but Kennen did actually come up and kind of prevent Sona from dying, and really did get a nice turnaround there. But obviously VS did come up in that exchange, getting Dragon and a kill on Skarner. And Skarner actually didn't blow his ulti at all. He just kind of tried to book it out there. It would have been nice to see him ulti, you know, maybe Shaco or Tristana and pull him into his team, even though I guess that would kind of hurt them, pulling them farther into, you know, do more damage. And Swain Nidalee top lane still really boring. No offense, but there's nothing going on up there. Nidalee does have 88 CS, and Swain is up to 78, so Nidalee kind of trying to, you know, widen her lead there. And she did pick up a Ginsu as well, so definitely the old school build on her.
It's fun to see a Rage Blade. It's so uncommon nowadays. But yeah, Swain versus Nidalee, they're both going to go for a lot of farm. Nidalee can actually start putting on more pressure, but Swain can also sustain now, so it kind of balances out.
Yeah, it's pretty much coming down to bot lane and mid lane here. And we actually see VS is actually sitting up here at Apple's blue here, because they really want to, like I was saying earlier, they're really trying to control those buffs. And Kennen actually did bring a pink ward to the party to kind of make sure that they get this buff to Swain, because, you know, Swain with the blue buff is always really scary. And Nidalee getting some nice spears and some action going in here on bottom. We see Alistair Tristana getting caught off guard here, and Graves almost taking on that Tristana in about 2 hits. Tristana getting a nice knockback onto him though, and she will be able to get away, but Alistair is constantly being slowed with Graves' red. I would obviously expect him to get away.
The fight's back on blue.
Oh, wow, okay, you actually got
her
back
ulting. Kennen ult. This is a big ult. Shaco's down already.
Yeah, it looks like Apple will actually pick up these 3 kills total here, and hopefully Skarner, wow, Skarner getting picked off by Nidalee, and Nidalee trying to book it away, but it looks like
Tristana coming in for a pick?
Tristana coming in to die, almost. It looks like Swain does...
Tristana coming in to distract them and split them up. Ajidon getting picked off by Nidalee. They lost their focus and it hurt them.
Wow, really good job by Tristana there. Yeah, to kind of like, hey, look at me, I'm no help, come get me. And it did pull Swain away from the fight, and Nidalee did pick up the kill onto Kennen, who actually, I believe, just, yeah, recently, he's still trying to get his Woda, and he's kind of still short a little bit of gold. Actually, no, he actually has the gold, sorry, to buy it, but he's actually holding on to it for some reason at the moment. And
there
who
it
actually
goes.
got that blue? I didn't actually notice. Looks like Nidalee picked it up? Or Nidalee picked it up off Shaco, who died?
Yeah, Nidalee, I think Shaco got it, they killed Shaco, and then she got it off Kennen.
Oh, okay.
It was a very, very confusing exchange.
Yeah.
I like how they decided to have all their fights at the same time across the map.
Yeah, that's the second time that's happened, or second or third time, where we missed the first blood at bottom because San was having some action in the middle. And Nidalee...
Shaco getting top.
Wow, Nidalee's actually just taking all of Apple's farm here in jungle. And she's actually not even paying attention to top lane.
Nidalee's entering the Nidalee mode where she's just so hard to pressure.
Oh no, she missed the jump!
She missed the leap!
And Kennen picking up the kill there, does have double buffs now, wow. Kennen's kinda mad, what the fuck, as he says in chat. And I think it was a bug there.
I will honestly say Nidalee super died there. I don't say it often, but when you get Graves ulted into Ken Shuriken, you're super dead.
It's a whole new level of dying. And Shaco actually going for that early Oracle. He is 0-2, but he does have 3 assists. But he did pick up an Oracle to kind of, I guess, keep his ganks going, since to kind of prevent any ward coverage from top lane. Even though Swain doesn't even have a ward, and does notice the Shaco here come into lane, but he kind of just lets him walk into there. And
Shaco casually enters a lane right by Shaco, or not, by Swain.
yeah, doesn't
Something
even know.
interesting to note is I did not notice how mobile VS is right now. Nidalee, Shaco, Alistar with mobility boots, Tristana, and Sion with mobility boots. They are all over the map all the time.
Yeah, it looks like they're really trying to capitalize on the early game here, which they have been doing so far, but Apple's been doing a really good job to just hold on, because they have such a strong team when it comes to mid or late game with, Kennen ulti, Sona ulti, Swain never move, Skarner can also pull one out as well, so they have a really strong fight when it comes to, team fights. And
If they get into a team fight at this point, Apple will still win. It might be a 2.5 gold or 2.5k gold advantage for them, but that damage from so much AoE is just going to be hard to deal with.
yeah, hopefully, I mean, I think the real keys are come down to Alistar and how well he gets his pulverize off onto Apple, how many he can catch with it, because that's really gonna like disrupt them during a fight with their pretty much kind of AoE comp.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see VS go for a lot of early Baron control. It's 17 minutes in, but with Shaco, and well, actually not Nidalee doesn't have Wriggles, so they don't have that advantage. But they can pressure Baron very, very early right now.
Yeah, but Nidalee, as you're just talking about her, she just have 120 CS now. She's kind of pulling quite far ahead on the Swain, who's just down to 94. But he did pick up his Rod of Ages at least, and it looks like a gank here on middle. Sion getting that stun on the Kennen, and Shaco kind of just deceiving in. Really good job by Sion to actually bait that Kennen a little bit and make sure to get that guarantee kill. And I would have hoped they would go for Dragon now, since they do have one down.
Sion's actually been whittling away at that Kennen for quite a while, just getting any stun he can get was never enough for a kill, but good harass. Then finally they got him low enough just to take him out. And they're going for that Dragon, or at least going to hover around it. There is a pink ward on it, so
yeah,
Apple does have that vision.
Hopefully Shaco does notice that there's a pink there and does try to pick it off. Or oh wow, Sona actually ulting onto
Tristana and Alistar. They don't get that Graves ult was just short.
Wow, as we just see right there, the amount of damage they have when they team fight with a Sona and Graves ulti like that is really.
However, those ultis are now down.
Yeah, VS should be able to come in here and actually stop this. Swain does try to bottleneck him a little bit with this never move, but they do engage on a Swain and do take him out really almost instantly.
He didn't get his ult off before the stun, and he got punished for it. And then just without the ultis up and just the advantage right now on VS, they were able just to clean up that fight.
Yeah, Skarner actually pulled Tristana away there with his ulti to kind of take her out of the fight. But he did take a lot of damage from Shaco as well, and Kennen will be going down here to Shaco with a red buff.
Kennen's ult was still down from that gank.
Yeah.
So they had really nothing up for that fight.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting move on their part, thinking that they could actually hold off VS, who does have quite an advantage right now, by not having any ultis. Was really, really detrimental to them for that fight. But they really wanted that dragon. They knew if they left it alone that VS would pick it up and get a easy dragon. But unfortunately, they kind of maybe needed to just stall a little bit, not really trying to do it too quickly, because not having the ultis and VS being so much stronger than them, they kind of couldn't contest it too well, at least head on. They could at least stall for it.
Oh yeah. No, Apple could definitely still win a team fight at this point, even with like this 5k disadvantage or 8k disadvantage. Oh, they picked up some towers too. But
yeah, VS got
they need to
bottom
land
and
things
top.
perfectly. That Kennen ulti, that Sona ulti, Graves ulti, everything has to hit everybody pretty much.
Yeah, even with that 8k advantage, I still see team fights being really, really close together. This Graves and Sona alone, as we saw as they engaged on Tristana and Alistar, they almost killed Tristana in a matter of seconds. And that's with Graves missing his ulti as well, so I mean, anything can still happen here in the team fight.
At this point, Shaco's going to be a little weaker just because he's still squishy. He doesn't have that awesome hyper carry items set yet. Tristana cannot really use her rocket jump as offensively because if she jumps in, she could die. Nidalee is going to start getting scary, and Sion will be as scary as he always is.
Yeah,
but I think
Or go
If
ahead.
they properly manage Sion's shield and don't get picked off by Nidalee, they can win some fights still.
Yeah, we see. I was going to mention you're talking about Shaco's items. He's actually going to be picking up a Wit's End, I believe. Not sorry, not a Wit's End. What is that item? The magic resist one that has a 300 shield.
Oh, Hex Drinker.
Hex Drinker. Thank you. He's actually
Oh,
going to
there's
pick
a
up a Hex
fight right
Drinker.
now on towards bot.
Oh, and Tristana jumping over the wall right as Skarner was about to ult here. I actually did hear the audio part of that go off, and see 4 people from Alpha here trying to engage, and Alistair just popping his ult, trying to back off, trying to save them since all 5 members of
Turn
Apple are
around with
there.
Sion shield is probably about to happen. Oh, that cannon just got bursted so hard, and Shaco's gonna clean up now.
And we still see some heavy damage going in.
ult.
Yeah, really, she got, I think,
But-
all 5 members of VS there and saw some heavy damage going down, but just the gold lead is too far ahead that VS has too many levels and too much gear to kind of be taken down by the AoE at the moment. And we see Swain getting a really nice stun on Alistair. Alistair will go down here, but Swain will go down as well to that Nidalee, giving Nidalee that blue. Actually, sorry, went down to Tristana.
Nidalee's gonna go for Graves now. Where's the dash? Oh, there's a dash, but not quite enough to split them.
And Tristana's fat ass landing on top of Graves to kill him.
The Goomba stomp in, Rocket jump out.
They need a Marga skin for Tristana now that I think about it. That would be awesome. I would like get a custom skin set, you know, for Goombas for like all the minions and just kind of stomp the entire time.
No, not the minions. Every hero's a Goomba.
But then how do you tell who's who? Unless you have like certain ones be like the green turtle shell, unimportant. And we see Tristana actually just have her IE. Does have a Vamp Scepter. I would expect her to kind of go for more attack speed though. She doesn't necessarily need that Bloodthirster with Alistair's healing and CC they have. Or maybe even a Negatron or a Quicksilver Sash for the amount of stuns that Apple actually does have for her. Or just anyone in general on their team.
I wouldn't be surprised just to see more damage at the same time though, just because Tristana at this point in the game can be so well positioned with her range that she's going to be safe from pretty much anything Apple has to offer.
Yeah, not to mention Alistair, I just noticed he does have a Shurelya's as well, so if they do engage on a Tristana at all, Alistair can definitely protect her quite well, especially with Sion, who has a stun. You know, if anyone does overextend with how fed Sion is at the moment, having a Deathfire's Grasp and almost his Rabadons, I mean, their tankiest character, or their tankiest champion can actually engage on Tristana, but Sion will just blow them up, you know, no matter, you know, who they are at the moment.
Now, the problem right now is that Kennen is unfortunately stuck in item buying hell. He wants that Zhonya's, but the only build-up does not provide any magic defense. And the scary part right now is all that magic damage. Shaco hurts, Tristana hurts, but Sion kills Kennen instantly.
And unfortunately for Kennen, their tank isn't even tanky yet. He just has a Shurelya's and Heart of Gold. So, I mean, Skarner can still go down, you know, in a second or two if he does engage, which they kind of almost need him to engage to kind of split up their team and then have a Sona and and Kennen back them up.
They're just a bit behind on the tankiness, and they really need it to survive that fight. If they had someone who could take a bit of burst right now, this game could easily go completely differently with one fight. But right now, even if they land everything perfectly, I don't know if Apple can win a team fight still.
Yeah, that's Skarner, like you were just saying, they need someone to take all the burst, isn't tanky enough. And we see Nidalee here doing a little bit of engage on the Swain, who's not doing too bad. He does have his Rod of Ages, and he did was forced to go Merc Treads for Sion, as well as that Nidalee's Nidalee's damage. But yeah, like you were saying, that they don't really have Apple doesn't really have someone that can take the burst from the team, like because they need someone to take that hard engage to just take all the damage for his team to survive, since Kennen is kind of stuck in buying hell, as you were saying, without his Zhonya's.
What should happen, or for Apple, the way they want the fight to work is they get that massive burst off, but don't kill anybody, and they're able to follow up and just wipe them with sustained damage. However, they just can't do it. And now they're kind of stuck. They want to defend Baron, but they don't want Tristana to get two towers out of it for free.
Yeah, and anyone that they could kill before with their AoE, they can't do anymore. Look how kind of fed in a sense of health that VS is at right now. Nidalee.
Graves taking down Tristana. It doesn't matter if you're far behind, Graves still really hurts, and he does have pretty good CS and 3 kills.
I actually
They do
missed
get
that.
a tower
Sorry
out
about
of
that.
it. Like I didn't expect it either. Like I just kind of glanced down there, and all of a sudden, Graves was killing Tristana.
Yeah, Graves. This is the kind of thing that really makes me sad about like Ashe, where all these AD carries have abilities that do damage. Like Ashe has a volley, that's it. But Graves, he has, you know, his crack with his E to kind of give him crazy amount of attack speed. Has his buckshot, even has a smoke screen to be kind of defensive. But like Ashe, she has volley, that's it. And I guess, you know, her ulti in later terms. But you know, Tristan and Graves going head to head like that, where they both do have, you know, pretty much even skills.
Well, what happened is Tristan was actually trying to kill the tower instead, and she ended up paying the price for it.
Ah. And we're
But
seeing,
yeah,
looks
Ashe
like,
is kind of left behind in these steroids.
yeah, it's so sad that she's so left behind. Like she's not
Do I
really.
see a Baron attempt?
I'm hoping. It looks like Sign actually backed and picked up his Rabadons and I believe a ward or two to actually give them a little more set before they do Baron, because they know if they contest the fight right now that they should be able to hold it off. Graves' ulti is actually down at the moment, which is a really nice amount of damage that they'll be taken away from Apple.
So I love the vision ward at Baron because they were able to clear one ward, but then you just look at all the map coverage VS has right now, and there are a good 3 or 4 wards just in between Blue's base and Baron right now.
That's what's really hard though, is that games like between even teams will really snowball in the sense of supports, where you know the team that has that slight advantage will start getting more wards down, and the team that doesn't, fortunately, kind of falls a little bit behind on that map control. Especially Shaco picked up that Oracle and still actually does have it. He hasn't actually died yet, so any wards that Sona does put down is actually going to be, you know, a mute point for them.
Well, I think he's actually died, but what happened is he's just rebought them because he has enough of advantage where he can sacrifice it. Oh, also, the very rarely seen Shaco with a Blood Razor, or not Blood Razor, Razor and Wriggles right now.
He's
building for that Blood Razor.
Yeah, he really wants that Blood Razor, which is, I mean, it's understandable since that they don't have too much magic damage on their team. All they really have is that Scion, whose cooldowns kind of take forever.
Mm-hmm.
So
and plus, it works so well with the clone.
Oh yeah, just the amount of attack speed your clone gets from that is pretty crazy. And we see Skarner luckily picking up that Oracle. Really good, really smart at his job, since he is, I guess, the tankiest guy on his team.
They need the map back.
Yeah, if there's any hopes, it's gonna have to be over Baron. Like they're gonna have to try to seal that Baron, or at least get a really nice fight onto it to kind of get back in the game here, because VS does have a lot of gold on
bottom, by the way.
Yeah, I was checking that out at the moment, and he is trying to get that tower, and it looks like VS is actually going to be going for Baron here, while Apple goes down and tries to stop Scion, or at least engage onto one of them.
So I'm surprised VS is playing so cautiously right now. They could have gotten Baron in that situation just because of Shaco's.
And in the middle, Tristan does get pulled by Skarner, but Tristan just turns around and just starts attacking the hell out of him, and Cannon flashing in with his ulti to kind of save him, but just gets shot out by Tristan as well. And this Tristan is just being a honey badger, not really giving a crap on who she's attacking or who she's being hit by.
Graves going down in the jungle north.
Yeah, Swain does
Swain
get
and
picked
Graves
off by
try to catch them from the top and pincer them, but
yeah,
when they chased off the guys, when they chased off Skarner and his friends, they just turned around and killed them.
That's actually a really weird engage by Swain there, or not Swain, sorry, Skarner. He had no one to really back him up in terms of damage, so when he did pull at Tristana, it kind of just helped Tristana because she was like right next to him when she got out of it, and just continued to do an amazing amount of damage to him. And actually did pick up that Kennen who flashed in.
As they're getting Baron, they're actually pushing in mid and might pick off Sona.
Yeah, Apple just has no damage right now. Literally getting that nice kill into Sona, but they just don't have any damage with them at the moment. And literally just having, oh well, sorry, there's actually the surrender.
The surrender vote, yep. Oh, that was a good game.
Yeah. Well. Thanks everyone for watching. I guess I'll start off saying, if you haven't already, make sure to check out Studio or Soviet Waffles Daily. He's been doing these, I think, about 6 episodes so far, so almost a week. I don't know if you want to talk about your schedule
a week, and it's been a couple weeks, so 6 episodes, I believe, yeah.
Okay. Do you have any
LeagueofStudio.com. Monday, Wednesday, Friday are going to be longer dailies. Tuesday and Thursday are these shorts, 5 minutes long, just about a quick concept, some motivation.
Yeah, and it's helpful to anyone trying to actually learn how to become better, because it kind of gives you a 2,100 players insight onto what people in lower ELO are doing. So yeah, make sure to check that out. And thanks again for watching. This is I guess Buddily is the name I'm going to be having to go with. And do you want to say something real quick before we end this?
Nothing. Not really.
Okay.
Good game.
Yeah, thanks to 2VS and Apple for Linus Cassis, and Go4LoL. And thanks again for watching.